this is Sam and welcome to the Raptors Uprising Gaming channel. Today we're going to talk about defense on 2K22. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys what I call the 1-4 all switch and 1 and 5 over catch and flex switch defense, and that's the kind of lineup I'll be using. So previously from the other videos, we know that switching is great, but it can become problematic at times with matchups no matter how hard you try to avoid them. So I'm going to show you guys updated settings where you can actually switch and don't switch as necessary. So it's going to help you shut down the offense completely. So let's take a look in the settings in detail. So you want to go to your defensive settings, some options, and then with your on-ball pressure, you want smother, off-ball, you want tight, and then for your pick and roll defense, with the power forward, point guard shooting as small forward, you want to go to switch, and hedge is automatic. But for the center, you want to go over, force direction is automatic. And also for the center, the hedge settings, you want it on catch hedge, and then the stay attached, make sure you set that to no, because that's what's going to give you the flex switch, which I'll show you later. And then with the double team, you can leave those alone, but the post defense, make sure it's 3/4 bottoms, and the off-ball screen is automatic. And then your help rules are going to be no help for screen help and no help for drive help. So if you're going to have help, you can bring it on your own. And then make sure your transition defense is set to no freeze. So that's going to help a ton. So let's take a look at what these settings do. So with those settings that you just saw, switching 1 through 4, it's going to happen every time. So you can see my opponent is running a power forward, small forward, pick and roll here. So I'm just going to switch that. And I'm off ball here, doing that help defense on my own because the help settings are on no rotation, no help, and you can see we shut it right down right there. Same thing here again. My opponent is going for a pick and roll, and this time we also switch it because this is a 2-4 pick and roll, so that's also being switched. And then we kind of take out the on-ball handler, take out the roll man. I'm bringing that off-ball help myself to further shade the roll from the weak side. And once the ball is entered in, I'm in good position. I'm just going to strip it, and we were able to poke and lose. Now in this next possession, you'll see the opponent is using a center to screen, which means it's going to be catch hedge for sure, and the defender is going to go over. So I'm playing off ball again, but as you can see, this time there's no switch. The computer hedge defender is in catch hedge setting. The defender on ball went over. So that's the setting I have for any center screen. And that kind of action is excellent because now there's no mismatch. The center is being guarded by my center, so they can't finish inside, and I get the stop. So same thing here again, is another center screen from my opponent. This time I'm switching to the hedge defender myself, but I saw the on-ball defender go over, so I know the settings are going to kick in. So because there's no help setting, I go off ball and bring in a little pinch for myself, and catch hedge is excellent to stop the roll, and we get another stop. And here, once again, another center screen. You can see I'm initially controlling the hedge defender, and I know it's all about the on-ball defender going over. And I can tell Jimmy Butler is going to get over here, so that I'm just going to play the hedge, shut down the center, play the ball, and then we're able to snuff it out. Now, another thing about this is that even though it says over, if the pick and roll happens too high and the shooter just can't make that shot, the automatic AI on-ball defender, he's going to go under. So I always like to control the hedge just to keep everything balanced. And you can see they go under here instead of over because the AI realized that's too high of a pick and roll. So that's an element you should be aware of. Now, but that's not going to work every time to go over. So that's why you want to stay attached to no, because this has advantages. If the defender fails to go over the screen, when the center sets a screen, and the stay attached is set to no, then instead of over and catch hedge, your pick and roll defense will now become a switch. That's why I call this a flex switch defense. Because stay attached is set to no, and if the on-ball defender cannot go over, automatically the switch defense will still happen even if the center is screening. You can see here the over screen failed. I'm hedging myself. So all I have to do is come down, place the hedge defender on the on-ball defender, go off-ball myself to just show and recover. And you can see another switch happen. Now, obviously, we don't want to switch, but under those circumstances, that switch is fine because the over screen failed. So the perfect element to also add to this is to full court press and 1-4 switch defense to add to this flex switch and catch hedge defense. And when you're pressing, once you realize who the inbounder is, make sure you switch to the inbound defender and then just run back and double team the ball, because the inbound defender is always going to be late, so you can kind of harass the ball and play passing lanes a little bit until the inbound defender crosses half court. So that's how I like to execute full court press, and it's safe and it's still pressure is quite high. And because this is a power forward screen, so you can see we immediately switch it, which is in the setting. So the switch is done. I'm bringing a little bit of off-ball help just to show and then recover and then get back on ball myself. And that's a full shutdown. So that's full court press and switch kicking in perfectly with the inbounder full court defender dropping at the beginning to, you know, harass passing lanes and the ball. So ideal lineup for this would be something like this with Draymond, Rudy Gay, AK, just bigger defenders, and also have like AK guard the ball in matchups. But once you get this all down, you can use the 1-4 switch with the catch hedge and the over and the flex switch because of the no stay attached when the center screen. So this is as good as it gets defensive setting wise because you're fully flexible, and now you guys know how to run every element. Alright, so if you got any questions, leave it in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I look forward to talk to you guys again very soon.